2024 Cadillac XT4 AWD first test review, fresh look through a new lens. A minor refresh outside and a major tech refresh inside has us viewing Cadillac's smallest SUV in a new light. We haven't thought much of the Cadillac XT4 since its debut in 2018. That is to say, it hasn't really been on our radar, and when forced to think about it, for example when assigning our ultimate vehicle rankings, our opinion hasn't been terribly high, as its 15th out of 15 standing suggests. Now along comes a refreshed 2024 Cadillac XT4, Cadillac press materials touting class-leading rear legroom, and sales near the top of its class. When we called to check the math, we learned that Cadillac considers XT4 a luxury subcompact SUV, whereas we've been lumping this tweener in with the higher volume, more competitive Lux compact class, Tesla Model Y, Audi Q5, BMW X3. So where does this freshened XT4 deserve to rank among the smaller Audi Q3, BMW X1, and Volvo XC40? In the subcompact class, the Cadillac XT4, the Land Rover Discovery Sport, and the three-row Mercedes GLB class are all outliers in terms of exterior size, stretching more than 180 inches long. Of these, the wider Cadillac makes the best use of its larger footprint, delivering best-in-class legroom dimensions along with the largest front and rear SAE passenger space and competitive cargo space. Even better, those seats are all comfortable, providing great support all around, with ample underseat footroom and terrific visibility in back and, uncharacteristically for this class, an optional massage function in front. Don't expect Lucid Air/Mercedes S-Class grade Swedish or Shiatsu back meeting, but the lumbar bladder base system absolutely reduces fatigue on a long drive, and it's activated by a single button, requiring no screen surfing. There's nothing remarkably new about the 2.0-liter turbo inline-4 and 9-speed automatic, which still make 235 horsepower and 258 pounds-to-foot, average figures for the class. Calibration tweaks wiggle the EPA numbers up 1 mile per gallon in the city and down 1 mile per gallon on the highway, nudging the combined rating up 1 mile per gallon for AWD models only. It's possible these revisions also help shave a tenth or two off both the 0 to 60 and quarter-mile times while boosting trap speed by almost 2 miles per hour. At 7.3 seconds to 60 and 15.6 through the quarter-mile, it's still exactly a tenth off the class average, excluding the rocket-like electric Genesis GV60, though its 91.7 mile/hour trap speed is faster than the class average. The XT4 stops even better than it goes, matching the athletic Alfa Tonale's 109-foot best-in-class halt from 60 miles per hour, with no tire squeal, good pedal feel, no fade, and laser-straight tracking. Putting it all together on our Figure 8 course results in a better-than-average 26.9-second lap in Sport mode. This mode recalibrates the transmission shifting and the engagement strategy for the twin-clutch AWD system, with a clutch on each rear half shaft, to sharpen turn in response. All attempts at effective manual paddle shifting were thwarted by a lazy computer that delays shift requests. And while activating Sport mode made no difference in our acceleration testing, the calibration makes the XT4 feel noticeably more responsive around town, with part throttle inputs resulting in considerably livelier downshifts and acceleration. The exhaust sounds enthusiastic when you're caning it, and it's reasonably hushed in commuter mode. We're still slightly apprehensive of an AWD system like the XT4's that defaults to forward on startup and requires the driver press the drive mode switch to engage the rear prop shaft in touring mode, but we know this boosts EPA ratings. All-wheel drive remains engaged in sport and off-road modes. These are the areas where the outgoing XT4 got particularly low marks, so it's fitting there where the new model makes its greatest improvements. Employing the Lyric's huge, curved 33-inch 9K resolution LED screen as standard makes a huge difference, especially given the ease with which it can be operated as drivers prefer, either directly by touch, via voice, or sans fingerprints using a rotary push knob on the console. The big screen is generally well utilized with abundant options for what is displayed on the leftmost few inches to the left of the wheel, behind the wheel, and on the infotainment section, including the choice of almost nothing. Certain icons remain visible on the screen to take you directly to the most frequently accessed screens, further simplifying the system. Then there's Google built-in, standard 5G connectivity with Wi-Fi, and 3 years of OnStar remote access for remote starting, locking and horn/light functions, vehicle location and status, send-to navigation, and on-demand diagnostics. In the design innovation arena, check out the embroidery on the dash, the choice of black or two contrasting interior color schemes, some with upholstery ventilation holes cut in interesting patterns, and the lack of any hard plastic on or above the armrests. That's a rarity in the subcompact class, where profit margins are slimmer. The 2024 Cadillac XT4 model range straddles the median price of all new vehicles sold today, with entry front-drive models starting at $43,190 and our loaded AWD Sport example coming in at $57,215. The drive feels worth the money, with an interior just as tech-forward as that of a BMW X1 we had on hand for our recent SUV of the Year competition, but with vastly superior ride quality and more relaxed performance. We might like it even better with some order sheet editing to axe the heavy $1,500 glass roof and stipulate the middle premium luxury trim grade. The Sport model simply isn't that sporty, plus the luxury trims get a more interesting new grille composed of Cadillac emblems and ride on even comfier 18-inch tires. Such an XT4, preferably in emerald lake green or deep sea blue, would cost $49,015, about 10% above the current median new vehicle price, and we think it would feel worth every penny. Above average space and comfort and vastly improved tech and design guarantee, the new XT4 will rise well above its current last place slot in its new category. But nearer to average powertrain performance, chassis dynamics, fuel economy, and range will likely conspire with the current model's below average safety ratings. They're incomplete, but they're also unlikely to change much from 2023's 4-star NHTSA frontal and rollover rankings, to keep the XT4 off the podium when our SUV rankings are next updated. Nevertheless, after spending a week in the XT4, we now understand how its sales have risen to second in the subcompact luxury SUV segment year-to-date, close behind our third-ranked Volvo XC40 and well ahead of the GLB, ranked 6th, and X1, 1st.